if I'm not back in 5 minutes. Just wait longer.
Hello. Now can you hear me? Hello. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? So I'm gonna do a thing. My wife got a little phone holder thing so she could do crochet streams. But I crochet too. And I'm beating her to the punch on using it first. So there's that. But welcome in, everybody. We are going to be doing some crochet today. First time for everything, I suppose. Not literally the first time for me crocheting, but first time for me streaming it. But I'm going to have to move this microphone over here so I can see my hands, because it's in the way of my eyes. So yeah, I'm going to be making this bandana for my wife. But we do sell these bandanas on our Etsy shop. There's a link to the Etsy shop as well as a promo code for you guys, exclusive to people that watch my stream. You get half off the bandanas. So welcome in, appreciate you. Garrett, thanks for the lurk. I know you're streaming because I'm lurking on your stream as well. And of course, Hun, welcome in. But yeah, we're just gonna get going, I guess, because well, can't get going unless we do. So I'm gonna switch over to my brand new scene I just made like 5 minutes before I hit the start button. Looks pretty normal. God, there's dog hair even on a very clean t-shirt that I laid down, so I have a nice flat black background. Yes. It's fine. It's fine. It's just they're tiny little dog hairs. Also, I have a light, but the light blows out my hands. So I can't use the light. Even it has different shades of light, but it really blows out my hands. So I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. So I'm just gonna not use the light because you can still see pretty good, I think. Yeah, I can show off my Balrog hook. So in the treasury that you need the treasury keys for, you can score this very hook. It's blurry because the focus is down at the t-shirt. So I have to literally lay it down. But this is the hook that you're winning when you pull that out of the treasury. It's virtual. You're not winning this literal hook. But yeah. This is the hook I use pretty much exclusively, because I almost always use a 4mm hook, and this is a 4mm hook. So, yeah. We're just going to get right into this. I'm going to turn on the music before I forget about that. All right. That a little loud for you guys? It is. There we go. That should be better. All right. So, if you guys don't know anything about crochet, well, let me show you how to get started when you have a brand spanking new skinny yarn. You have to find the starting point. And I'm a center pull guy. Some people like to pull from the outside. I ain't one of those people. But you have to find it, so you have to go fishing. Let's see how much yarn barf comes with it. Well, I found some of it. Where's the rest of it? Come on. There it is. Here's the end. This is what we call yarn barf. How much other yarn is going to come out with it that doesn't need to. So we're just going to have to deal with that. Just sit this off to the side and we'll be just pulling it. It's a center pull, so you just pull and pull and pull. It'll just keep feeding it to you until you run out. Now, there's all sorts of different ways that everybody shows you how to start. Well, it's real easy. You just take the yarn, wrap it around your fingers and form an X. you go below this one, above this one. Doing this on camera is very, very interesting. You go below this one. I should probably look at my hands instead of the camera. I know, I should probably watch my hands instead of the camera. All right, so you go below this one and above this one, and you pull it through. But you hold the tail. And there you go. There's your slip knot. Charlie Brown coming in with the raid. Charlie Brown, welcome in. Charlie, I saw you were also doing art today. Get the art materials onward to making art. Me raid. Cool cards, welcome in. Charlie, how was your stream? How was the painting? Were you painting? I thought I saw you were painting. But Charlie, if you have the raid run, by all means, go take care of yourself. But if you have time to share,
welcome to the party, pal.
By all means, I would love to hear how you were doing. You were painting, nice. What did you paint? Boa Cars, thanks, Steph. I'll appreciate you. But yeah, we are just getting started on crocheting a bandana. Hey, honey, throw me a sample. Oh, wait, never mind. I got one right here. Got one right here. She wants to show the pumpkin one. All right, well, you got to throw it over here. Hits me in the face with it almost. So,
welcome to the party, pal.
Go Stick, welcome in. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a good one. So this is what we're making today. Let me lift this camera up just a smidge. Not these colors, but this bandana. If you like what you see with these, if you would like one for yourself, if I could spell right, that would be great. If you like what you see, and you would like one for yourself, no pressure at all. But my wife and I, we both make these. And we do sell them on our Etsy shop. Viewers of my channel get an exclusive 50% off. So by all means, if you would like one, it's a fully customized one. So you can pick whatever colors you want. If you want it to be 2 solid colors, you can be 2 solid colors. If you want them to be 2 variegated colors or striped colors like this one, if you want it to be mix and match, if you want it to be all one color, or if you don't want that lacy border, we can do that. Whatever you want. You started painting, and that is Oceanica or sea/ocean painting for your cousin as a birthday gift. Very nice. Very nice. I wish I'd seen it. I'm trying to catch the VOD later, maybe. If I remember. I don't have high hopes for me remembering that, to be honest with you, because it's me. I barely remember what I'm doing half the time, much less something to do hours from now. If I remember, I will try to catch the VOD. You'll send a picture. That'll probably be a way more surefire way for me to see it. Yeah, we're just getting started. Literally, I just made the slip knot, and now we're going to get going. So this pattern is very, 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 very simple to do. You start off by chaining 4. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's... I don't know who the pattern designer is. My wife is going to look up the pattern designer. Also, I really don't like how it's focused on the t-shirt and not my hands. And I don't know how to fix that. What did you say, honey? Hook that yarn on YouTube as the pattern designer. I really wish I could make this focus. I don't have a way to focus it like a normal camera because of the app that I'm using. I can zoom in. That might make it focus a little more. There we go. Now it's kind of focused on my hands. It's not finished by all means, but it looks amazing. It has a mix of acrylic, watercolor, soft pastels, and a little charcoal. Very nice. My wife does art like that sometimes. She wants to get into painting more. I know she's done charcoal, right, hon? And charcoal, I know you've done pastels too, right? Yeah. Yeah, she's the artiste. I wish I had art skills, but I do not. Like, this is the closest thing to art that I got. But now that we've chained 4, what we're gonna do, we're gonna double crochet into this very first stitch that we did. So a double crochet involves yarning over, and then we insert the hook in the stitch that we're going into. We yarn over again, we pull up a loop. We yarn over again, we pull through 2 loops. We yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. And that's a double crochet. And now we need to add 2 more chains. So we just yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. That's 2 chains. And then we do another 2 doubles. So yarn over again, right back into the same stitch. And we're just going to do 2 more doubles. So this is our first V-stitch. And if you look like this, it looks like a little V. That's why it's called a V-stitch. Now we need to do another chain 2. And now we're going to do another V-stitch. See that the first chain, that we chained 4, right? So the first chain is the chain that we're working into. The other 3 counts as the first double crochet. And then we do a double crochet. You see how these 3 chains are the same height as that actual double there. That's why the chain 3 counts as a double. Picture's been sent to my Discord. All right, let me pull that up real quick. Nice. Oh, my wife's gonna love this. Honey, you should look at this painting. That's really, really good. I can't wait to see it done. That looks really good, Charlie. All right, now we gotta do another V-stitch. So we don't have the chain 3 this time. So this time we have to do 2 doubles, 2 chains, and then 2 more doubles. So again, they're all going in that same stitch. That same very first stitch. It's okay, because the way the slip stitch works, this slip stitch will pull right out if you keep pulling it. You don't want it to do that, so you want to hang on to it so it doesn't pull all the way out. It's okay if it stretches like this, because you can tighten it back up by pulling on this. So it's fine if it stretches. There's first double. There's the second double. And now we need another chain 2. And now we do 2 more doubles. What I'm doing right now is probably very niche, right? We're crocheting to with Metallica music. I can't imagine too many people are doing that. I mean, it's probably a larger number than I think it is, but it's probably a fairly small amount of people. See what happened there? The yarn just kind of got split. See how I really don't know if it'll focus. There we go. See how this pulled up like that? We don't want that. So I'm going to try to get this hook to go underneath that still. And you just work it like that. See, now it's not hooked anymore, so now I can pull it on through. And that's how we get this bandana started. If we pull back the example, what we just made is this part right here. There's our starting on this one, and that's exactly what we've made. Oh yeah, Kevin's embroidering flowers while I listen to music. I'm surprised you have the sound going, honey. I'm not gonna lie to you. You had got these acrylic paint markers, which makes things look really cool. The pack you have 2 metallic colors, which he was very surprised. Ooh, nice. I love metallic paints. They're so nice. There's just something about the sparkle that it adds, you know? All right, so from here we're gonna turn the work, and now we got to do 3 slip stitches. Now, slip stitch, you don't yarn over at all. You insert into the stitch, you yarn over, and you pull through both. That's a slip stitch. And I got to do that three times. So that was the first stitch. Here's the second one, and now I'm going to slip stitch into this gap here. I'm slip stitching to reach that gap. So now that I'm at this gap, I need to chain 3 because that's going to be just like on the previous row. The chain 3 counts as a double. So I'm going to chain 3. That counts as my first double. Now I'm going to do another V-stitch. I already have the first double with the chain 3, so we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there's our double. Now I need to chain 2 again, and now 2 more doubles. Oop, see how I caught that little bit of yarn there? You want to make sure you don't do that. So if you catch it, if you happen to be following along, which I doubt anybody is, but if you happen to catch an extra strand of yarn like that, just make sure you let go of it. See how this slip stitch is wanting to open up again? That's fine. You can just cinch it back down. When we get done, when we weave in our ends, we weave it in a way where it won't let that happen anymore. Well, thanks for that check-in. Appreciate you. How you doing today? All right, so now we're at the corner. This is where the granny stitch section comes in. Granny stitches are clusters of 3 double crochets. So now we're just gonna do 3 double crochets right into this corner. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Now, just like the V-stitch, we need a chain 2 to maintain that chain space. So we chain 2, and now it's symmetrical, so what we do on one side, we do to the other. So we have 3 doubles, so we're going to do another 3 doubles. All in that same chain space from the corner. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. You thought you still technically have 2 more versions of it to make? Oh wait, I missed one. And your brain has re-solidified from the redstone monstrosity. I understand. Redstone can be very confusing. All right, and again, it's symmetrical, so we did a V-stitch here. So we always start and end with V-stitches on the very corners. So now that we're back on a corner, we just do a V-stitch. So that's 2 doubles. There's 1. There's 2. Gonna chain 2. There's 1. And there's 2. That's row 2 done. You glance at it and just, what? I got another one. Yeah, 2. Oh, geez. Why can't I reach that? Let me pull this one over here. I can reach that a little better. 2C is going to be all the bamboo blocks, and 2D is going to be all the farms to make all the job blocks and stuff. Oh, so you're making like you're making like multiple things. Interesting. Glanced at it in Discord and gave you a headache. 6,837 hoppers. Holy jeez. Charlie, you're going to step away from your laptop for a bit. You need to wipe down your desk because of soft pastel dust. You don't want to get it on your laptop hands. Fair. Charlie, I appreciate the raid. By all means, if you gotta go take care of your space and keep it clean, because yeah, I can't imagine pastel dust is good for anything except making art. 2B is 6,850 something, so you don't have that. Oh my goodness, so many hoppers. You got to see the pics to understand. I mean, I can imagine that's a lot of hoppers. So I can imagine. All right, so now we turn the work, and it's very samey from here on out. When we turn the work, we always do 3 slip stitches to get to this corner here. So that's just inserting the hook, grabbing the yarn, pulling through both, inserting the hook. If I can insert it in the correct space. The microphone's kind of literally blocking my view a little bit. Fairy Dust, welcome in. Thanks for that first time chat. It's going pretty good. We're just getting started. We're making a bandana. I have a sample, a prior made example, I should say. Let me back the camera up just a little bit here. Of course, it's not focused anymore. But this is what we're making. Different colors this time, obviously. But this is what we're making. It's a bandana. This is my wife's bandana. But it just ties on. I didn't tie it all the way, but I made myself one that doesn't have the lace border on it. And I have a button to hold it together instead of strings. You like the lacy spiderweb border? Nice. Yeah, it's really pretty. And it does look like a spiderweb. You what, hon? Yeah, if I was to do one with black yarn here and then white lace, it would very much look like a spider theme. But I just made this one for my wife. How long ago? Like a week or two? Like last week, I think. I just made this last week. She wanted a pumpkin theme one, so I made her a pumpkin theme one, and now I'm making her another one. She's the one that picked the colors. This one's it's like a very, very pale blue yarn with colored speckles in it. Do what, honey? What was the pattern maker again? The pattern maker is Hook That Yarn on YouTube. That's where we got this pattern from. We do sell these bandanas on our Etsy shop. My wife and I, we both make these bandanas. I should probably pin this because there we go. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. I got something in my throat all of a sudden. There we go. Yeah, my wife and I, we do sell these bandanas on our Etsy shop. No pressure to buy. None whatsoever. Just letting you guys know that if you wanted one, they are available. Do what, honey? Even just a like and share will be helpful. Just to get views coming to our channel would be very helpful. But none of the ads were Borderland 4 or feminine hygiene products. You consider that a women? Nice. Yeah, sorry about the ads. Twitch, man. I mean, what are you going to do? It's like, if I could run without them, I would. But Twitch says, nope, you can't not have ads. So, you got to live with them. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But, yeah, no, like I said, no pressure to buy, but like I said, even just liking and sharing the shop just to get eyes on it. Because Etsy works even more so on a view system. Like the more people that look at it, the more it pushes it to more people to look at it. It's just like anything else on the internet these days. The more people that see it, the more it wants to show it to people. But if you do want to buy a bandana, which are fully customizable, by the way, I think that's the only one that we even have up right now is our fully custom one. Is that right, hun? There's one other one on there right now. But it's a fully customizable one. So you pick whatever colors you want. You can pick to have the border. You can pick not to have the border. You said you like the border, so I imagine you would want it. But you can make the center whatever color you want. You can make the border whatever color you want. You can make it all one color. You can make it more than 2 colors if you wanted to, for all I care. I really don't care. But fully customizable, and if you use that promo code, you do get 50% off your order of the bandana. I just realized I spelled bandanas wrong in that message. I will. Yeah, it's spelled wrong all across the shop too, because I was a derp and didn't realize there's 2 N's at the tail end of bandana. But yeah, that's what we're making today. But Fairy does appreciate you popping in. Hope you're having a good one. I've been having a pretty good one today myself. And now I'm crocheting, so I'm having a really good one. My wife got this phone stand holder thing, so she could do crochet streams, but I crochet as well. So I'm like, well, I also stream, clearly. So I just happen to be the one to get to it first. All right, so here's where it changes a little bit. Now that we have one in between the corner, we're just going to put 3 doubles in here. But other than that, it's literally the same. Every time we see a gap, every time we get to a corner, it's a V-stitch. So if we're starting on a corner, it's a V-stitch. If we end on the corner, we started in on the corners always, but like the corners are V-stitches. Words. Anytime we see a gap like this, it gets a cluster of 3 doubles, and every time we're on the corner, it gets 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Rinse and repeat. Always nice to find another male crocheter. It's like finding a leprechaun. I know, right? And it's like, I don't know why it's so rare. It's like, is crocheting stereotypically a feminine thing? Sure. But like, why? Why? I don't understand why. Like, what about this is feminine? You're making something. That's a very masculine thing to do. Men make things. Women make things. Everybody makes things. So what makes one thing more or less masculine or feminine than another thing? I don't see the difference. So as long as you're making, that's all that matters. Come on. Sometimes the hook wants to get hung up on the last little loop there. Yeah, so we got a little cluster of 3 doubles there. You always tell people you lucked out on the husband department because I crochet. Yep. By the way, Kep here is my wife, by the way. Yeah, we both crochet, so that's...
Welcome to the party, pal!
Very nice. Thanks, Fella. I appreciate you. Yeah, I've been crocheting since 2009. And the only reason I know that is because I have a journal entry from back then that I was mandated to make. in one of my college classes, we was mandated to keep a journal. And I was like, well, my aunt taught me how to crochet today. So that was back in 2009. All I really made until then, until recently, I should say, was scarves. Just regular rows, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Until last year or the year before, I made myself a hat, which again, just rows, and then you make it into a cylinder, and then you cinch one end and shut. One end shut. Wow, words. But then I met my wife, and then she's got me doing all sorts of other things. I'm making bandanas. I've made Mew here. And all sorts of other stuff. All sorts of other stuff. December will be 5 years for you. Mostly do blankets and wearables. Nice. Yeah, my wife does. My wife has made a Hexicardi. And I want to make me one too. I just haven't. Deciding on what colors to use is always the trouble for me. I want to make a hexicardie for myself, but I don't know what colors to use. So, if you can't tell, green is my favorite color. I mean, the borders, all the accents on the overlay, the color light on my keyboard, the color light on my mouse, the color hair of my little character. So there's definitely going to be green in it. What other colors are to be determined? Yeah, what else have I made? Oh, I've even, give me just a second. Let me switch to my Be Right Back screen just for a second so I can get this off the wall. Yeah, I'm back. I made this not too long ago. My first attempt at tapestry crochet. I made my little logo on my shirt. I also use a variegated yarn. I actually have that skein sitting here. It's Joanne yarn rip, although it's at Michael's now, I've heard. So that's always nice. I've made all sorts of stuff now since I've been with my wife. She's got me into doing all sorts of things. Because I've made Mew. I'm working on a Charizard. I just need to make his fingers, but they're a real pain because they're itsy bitsy teeny tiny little fingernails. You need a 2.5 mil hook to do it with, and it's like, good lord. Premier puzzle in the color maze would be a nice array of greens for you to make yourself a hexicardie. Nice. Fact. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do this. That way if and when I get it and make it, I can remember who to thank for it. I have a remind command to send that to me in Discord. So that way I can't forget it. Can you tell I have a dog? The shirt was clean. I laid it down to have a black background. And it's already got dog hair on it. He hasn't even been up here. Good lord. You haven't done tapestry, but you've done a few mosaic blankets. Nice. Have you seen those ones where it looks 3D, like it's just a square, but like they do it with different, so it looks 3D, so it looks like it's a whole, like it's what did I say? Different square. Oh, I thought I said colors. I swear to God, I said colors. But so it's like a square, and they use lighter colors here and then darker colors here, so it makes it look like there's a hole, or like it's a cube, like a box basically, except it's flat. I'd like to make a blanket like that. Yeah, mosaic was fun, or tapestry was fun. A little tricky because you have to. I did it where you carry the yarn behind way instead of tying off every single color change. So you got a big spaghetti strand of yarn on the back side. But I mean, it's really nice. I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, look how cool this is. Whoa! Microphone stand slipped right out of the holder there. And the microphone, I don't even need this light. I'm just gonna move that light. I mean, it came out really nice. I don't like these. These are the only problems. I don't know why these ones did that and nowhere else. Probably because it's on a slant and all these other ones are going on a straight line. But other than these two stitches here, which I could just, you know, sew around with black yarn to hide it. Or use a permanent marker like my wife just said. But, yeah, tapestry is real fun. Uses a lot more yarn, though, because you're carrying it behind. But still, it's worth it, I think. Totally worth it, I think. All right, I'm doing a double. Okay, I'm at the tail end of the V-stitch. Okay. Is my camera still in focus by chance? Been moving it around, it's hard to tell. That variegated yarn looks really good on that. It really does. It was my wife's idea to use that yarn. Again, it's Joanne yarn. This was called Lime Jelly. Was the name of this colorway. Rip Joanne. My wife and I actually worked at Joanne the last month that they were open. It was sad, but employee discounts on top of store-wide discounts equals we got a lot of stuff for really cheap. A lot of stuff for really cheap. We got 2 sewing machines. We got, I don't know how many skeins of yarn. I don't know how many yards of fabric. She got one of those, you know, those baskets that look like animals. She got the whale one. What else did we get? We got a lot of stuff. I got my yarn bowl. I got this yarn bowl. I love my yarn bowl. It's a nice ceramic one too. You live in BFE, you're limited on buying yarn from Walmart or online. Hey, don't sneeze at Walmart. Walmart's got decent yarn. Their peaches and cream. It's exactly the same yarn as what's the other one? Sugars and cream? Lily's sugar and cream. It's the exact same yarn. Huh? They even have a lot of the same colorways. So don't sneeze on peaches and cream from Walmart. We use that too. I just got this hand-dyed yarn from a local specialty shop. I'm gonna make a hat with it because I need a new hat. This is a wool and nylon mix, I believe. It was nylon, right, hun? Yeah. It's sock yarn. I'm gonna make a hat with it, but I don't have enough. So next time we get a chance to go out to that shop, I'm gonna grab another couple of these mini skeins to make a hat. BFE. I'm trying to think of what BFE stands for. You don't have to say it out loud if that'll dox you or anything. You don't. But I can't place what BFE means. But yeah, Walmart's got decent yarn. They're honestly, even their mainstays, Walmart mainstays yarn is actually pretty decent. I prefer it to Red Heart. You what, honey? Yeah, we don't yarn shame here. We don't yarn shame here at all. Yarn is yarn. I mean, as much as I don't prefer Red Heart, if Red Heart's all you have access to, then by all means, use Red Heart. 100%. BFE essentially means the middle of nowhere. It stands for Fuck Egypt. But yeah, no yarn shame from us. We use anything and everything. Whatever's available in the color that you need. Because you have to have yarn to make stuff, even if that yarn ain't your preferred yarn. Heck, even the high-end yarn ain't always great. My wife had this yarn. What was that yarn I really hated, hun? It was some fancy hand-dyed yarn. I made her something with it. I will never touch that yarn again. I had the hardest time with it. It split so bad. You don't yarn shame. You do generally do most of your yarn shopping online, though. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have the stores near you to go to, then that's what you have to do. Whatever you got to do to get your supplies. If that means Amazon, if that means ordering off websites directly, whatever you got to do to get it. Absolutely. There's actually a yarn shop in another town here where I live. It's like, how far away is that? It's probably a good hour and a half drive from here at least. But they have a big online shopping presence. In fact, they do mostly online. Their store, their actual physical store, is only open, I think, 2 days a week. Not till October, I think. Carrots, welcome in. How you doing today? Appreciate you swinging in. I hope you're having a good one. We're just sitting here crocheting us a bandana, having a chat about yarn. I did do chain 2 there, right? Okay. Almost forgot. At least I thought I almost forgot. Apparently I did not almost forget. I forgot that I did it. Your sister crocheted you an octopus a couple weeks ago because she didn't know what to make. Hey, I mean, that's awesome. You scored an octopus out of it. My wife has a little army of small little octopi. Don't you, hon? She says it's a pretty common pattern. At least the one that she made. I know there's some like really detailed and massive patterns for those out there, but it's the little squidget ones. They're little poof balls. They're about like that. Do I have one up here on my desk somewhere? Not. I thought I did. Oh, I bet I put it in the bag with all that other stuff. I bet that's exactly what I did with it. I bet I put it in one of those bags. Oh yeah, you didn't mention to her that it had 9 legs. Oh no. Well, I mean, mistakes like that are really easy to make. I've made these bandanas. In fact, let me pull up. Let me grab the example again. I have made, I don't know how many of these bandanas at this point. A couple of dozen at least. They have these little picot stitches on the very ends. There's one of the bandanas where like I skipped like 6 of them. I remembered on some, I forgot on some, I remembered again, then I forgot again, then I remembered again. There's like 6 of them missing. And it's so funny. That's just the handmade charm of an octopus. Yep. It's supposed to be a... Jeez. It's supposed to be a pumpkin. But I guess a carrot would work. Oh, here it is. She threw me the exact one. So I remembered. I remembered. I forgot. I remembered. I forgot. I remembered. I forgot. I remembered. Okay, so it was probably at this point I showed it to her, and then she pointed out that I had missed some. And then I'm like, oh, whoops. And then I did the rest. So, yeah, mistakes like that are super, super easy to make. I just watched this reel earlier, and it was like, it was one of those ones where like the person talks to themselves like on different cameras. It's like, so I'm thinking about getting into crochet. And it was like, well, okay, so 3 things. One of the very last one was like, are you ready to realize that you don't know how to count? And it's like, what are you talking about? I know how to count. No, you think you know how to count, but this will make you realize that you really don't. And it is very true. It is very true. You think you can count, and so you're trying to count stitches. Because, yeah. Stitch markers help, but only if you can keep count when to put them in place in the first place. Funny, you tend to look like one too. Oh, so technically this is a pumpkin one carrot, but I guess it could also function as a carrot. Same colorway. Just made this one last week for Kep. You can confirm. He relates. By the way, if you guys missed it earlier when I was showing off the hook, in the treasury that you need the treasury key to open, honey, do you happen to have a key? Use it. What if you scored it right now too? How awesome would that be? No, but you did find the tapestry crochet. This is what Kep just found. Another thing that's in the treasury is my Balrog hook here. How's GOTP going? It's going. I've been waiting all week for copper to oxidize, and it's finally almost done. Found my master ball. I don't have the full-size one. But I have the mini one that went with Mew. By the way, Mew is also one of the things in that treasury, I believe. But yeah, I've only done one dungeon run that didn't go very well, and then I started oxidizing my copper, and it's still going. So that's how that's going. It's almost done though. I think I'm down to the last 10 blocks that need to finish oxidizing, but they're all on the weathered stage, so they're almost there. If they could hurry up, that would be fantastic. Get this microphone out of my line of sight because it's hard to crochet when you can't see your hands. You unfortunately haven't had much time to do a lot on there. You played a dungeon earlier and popped 3 totems and wasted 2 golden apples and 2 enchanted golden apples. Had to leave immediately so you don't lose your goal, if not dying for the whole time on S&P. Whole time the S&P exists. Yeah, that's brutal. I feel the not much time because I just get my house built Monday. I do that one run, and then Tuesday we had tons and tons of errands to do, and we didn't even get home till almost 7 o'clock that night, hun. and it was such a busy day, and like I was just went in the yeah, that was the night had to take Kep to the ER. We went to urgent care because it wasn't like an emergency, but like they told her to go to the ER because they don't have the ability to check for what her problem was. So that was a busy day. We didn't get home till like 7 o'clock, and we was just not in the mood to do much of anything. I think we watched a movie that night and didn't do anything else. And the day after that, I was just AFKing the copper. And then the day after that was more errands and AFKing the copper. And then third day after that was more AFKing copper and terraforming. And then yesterday was some finishing touches on the terraforming and AFKing the copper. And I haven't even been on today. Do you think you're one of 3 or 4 people who haven't died yet? Nice. Like at all or in the dungeons? At all. Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, with keep inventory on, I don't even care if I die. I died on purpose half the time. I'd be out lighting up areas because I'm on a peninsula, and I ended up disconnecting the peninsula from the rest of the land, so I'm technically on an island now. But I lit up my entire land on the surface. I didn't light up the trees because that's just an extra hassle. But as you know, lighting up anything, the more you light up, the more condensed the mobs get in the places you haven't got yet. And well, I was getting popped by skeletons left and right. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm just gonna go back out there and keep placing. I'm gonna run, I'm gonna place, I'm gonna spam. And if I die, oh well, I'll pick up where I left off. And then eventually I'll get this island lit and it won't be a problem anymore. And that's exactly what happened. Trip, welcome in. You think it's just you and Starfish, but Fish might have died, but you're not sure. But Crip, welcome in. Somehow you didn't die on opening day. Me and Cal were exploring together, and every new structure we found just straight into blindly. Nice. We could fix that, says Charlie. You're down for some PvP, if that's what you mean. Yeah, you all can have the PvP. I'm not PvP. I can barely PvE. I had a hard time fighting mobs to start off with. I don't know if it was ping or what, but I'd be swinging and like they wouldn't be getting hit. I'm like, am I just swinging too early or what? And then I was really looking at it. I'm like, no, I am not swinging too early. They're just not getting hit. So I think it was a ping thing, but that's cleared up since then. So, oh hell yeah, let's crank this song up. Love this song. But Crypt, how goes it? Hope you're having a good one. I've been having a pretty decent day myself, and now I'm sitting here crocheting, so I'm having a really good time. PvE is weird for you because you're so used to PvP and predicting players' moves. It's harder to fight mobs as you think too far about what they are gonna do. Yeah, I get it. If you're used to playing and fighting other players, where you have an actual human to outsmart, and then you're just working on like a little, like, randomly generically coded AI for pathfinding, it's vastly different. Here's another one of those times where I've hooked more yarn than I need. You see these 2 little threads here at the very back? I don't want those on the hook. So I'm just going to rotate the hook until it's underneath and then pull it through. So it's like that. My dog is drinking water so loud right now. I can hear him over the music. I think I got, yep, I had too much on there. I had too much yarn on there and I couldn't figure out where the extra was, so. Sometimes you just have to frog the stitch and try it again. Is it Crafty Intentions that has that shirt on? Yeah, as Crafty Intentions says, everybody frogs. Kep has the shirt and everything. On my soapbox, a leader out that changed the world up on my pulpit as a holier than thou will be messenger of God. And also, you've had to change your play style a lot since you mainly play on PvP focused SMPs. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that being challenging, changing things up that drastically. The biggest challenge for me was the fact that mobs just keep spawning. It's like, it's daytime, why are you here? Oh, right. You're here on purpose. But since I've lit up my little peninsula / island, it's been way more calm. You should have seen the... You should see the cave that's underneath my area. It's like 3 massive caverns that are all linked together. And I've only lit up one of them so far. I've spent multiple hours lighting it up. Multiple stacks of torches lighting it up. And it's just one. So big. See, I did it again. A little extra there on the tail end. We just whoop-de-dooped it off of there. You and Crypt at some point are meant to make a coliseum for PvP to happen. Then you can finally feel at home. Nice. Well, I will not be partaking because I have never been a PvP person. But I will happily watch. Oh, come on. You also thought about making a way of betting pale coins on who will win each fight. Nice. Yeah, I've been so not in the mood to do the dungeons because I want this house to be done. It's something in my brain. It's like my brain won't let me do anything till it's done. So if I'm not in the immediate area doing something, then I'm just AFKing there. So like I was able to do the terraforming because I'm in the immediate area, keeping it loaded, right? But other than that, I haven't left my little area. So now that it's almost done, like it's practically done. There's like I said, like 9 or 10 blocks left. I'll probably start trying dungeons again next time I get on, probably tomorrow. Because I don't have any Pale Essence, and I see some of you guys have some of the new dope OP equipment, and I'm getting jealous. The design is almost done, you just need to find a place for it. Nice. Well, I call not it on clearing out the trees. The custom trees in the world are beautiful to look at, but are a pain in the ass to chop down. You have returned with dinner. Very nice. What are you having? I had pasta salad for my dinner, and it was delicious. And if you're on and y'all want to run dungeons, just let me know. Absolutely would love to run with y'all. Yeah, totally, because I couldn't figure out how to get past the first set of double iron doors. It was the second checkpoint that had the blood stuff on the ground, and there was that little tunnel around the corner that led to some double iron doors. I couldn't figure out how to get past those. I flipped every lever I could find in between. So, and then I died. I got my third death. So, I just haven't been back in there since. You started it before you decided to base it together. Got to restock on totems and golden apples. But once you have with substantial amount, you're down. Yeah, now that we have pork chops, I'm pleased. I was running it. I had chicken. But yeah, my first death on there, Crypt. I know you were on. Like you asked if you asked if how things were going. I'm like, well, I don't think I would have died if it would have let me eat, because it literally would not let me eat. It's like I was down to like a heart and a half, and my hunger bar was just not going down. I'm like, how almost dead do I have to be before I can eat? Like, seriously. And by the time it let me eat, you know, I was just one hit away from dying, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, by the way, Crip, that pork farm is great. I AFK there for like only like 20 minutes or a half an hour or something like that. Got 2 shulker boxes of it in just 20 minutes. Like, it's so fast. Yeah, it's so fast. You even built it smaller than normal. My God, that's smaller and it's still that fast. I can't imagine a full scale one. Let's do this because I keep wanting to pull my hands farther back when the camera was farther forward. My hands weren't really centered. Should be better view now. Should being the operative word. What row am I on? I haven't even been counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what I say? Crochet makes you think you can't count, or makes you realize that you actually can't count. So I'm already on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's already 6. Wow, only 4 more left. Crochet into domination. How many people are doing that? Why is this song so much louder? Well, it's short anyway. I gotta adjust my leg. You got another mob spawner. Wait, are spawners loot? Seriously though, are spawners loot? It's a 1 to 3% chance in the boss chest. Wow. So, another question. You're trying to put together 4 spawner creeper farm. Nice. Is that why? First off, this question just popped in the head, so I'll ask it first. Is that why the guy that uses the pale essence as the currency sells spawn eggs, so you can turn the spawners into whatever you want them to be? Second off, yes, it is. Second question, is pale essence loot in a chest, or do you get it from killing the bosses? Because I haven't gotten that far yet. So far, the only mobs I've killed have dropped the coins. They haven't dropped anything else. So that's why I'm guaranteed drop from bosses. Do they drop one, or is it like a guaranteed amount, or is it just a guaranteed one? There's a 1 to 3% chance of getting an extra one from the boss chance as well. So killing the boss is a guaranteed drop of 1, I take it. And then a slim chance of getting 1 in the boss chest. The first dungeon drops 1, the second one guarantees 2. Oh, so each level guarantees 1 more. I gotcha. Now it's just a guaranteed 1, right? There's a chance that it drops more than that? Or is it 1 and just 1? Harder dungeons, better rewards. Right. Nope, each subsequent boss guarantees 1 more than last dungeon. Yeah, but like guarantees, like, so it will for sure drop at least 1. But like, if I have looting, will it give me a chance of getting like 2? Or is it strictly just the 1? Looting does not affect it. Okay. So each boss kill is 1 pale essence, and you need 8 pale essence to make a pale iron ingot. And you need at least 2 to make a sword. Of course, 1 would make a shovel. 1 would make a shield. Three for the pickaxe. That's a lot of dungeon runs. That's a lot of dungeon runs. Crypt, it was probably me asking it wrong. No, because like wording ain't my thing. Did I chain 2 there? I did. Okay. I think I did. 1, 2, 3. I did not. I chained 1. I only chained 1. See, I just had a frog, 3 stitches. Everybody frogs. Chain 1, chain 2, please. that particular mistake wouldn't have been the end of the world because it's just a chain space. But still, it was a mistake. Yeah, I have trouble like asking things in a way people understand a lot of the time. Like that's a me problem. Nessa, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Nessa, I heard you've been having a rough week. I hope things are getting better. And if they're not, I hope they start getting better soon because it's been a whole week already. Things need to be getting better for you. You're not allowed to not have a good week this week. You're not allowed to not have a good week this week. You better have a good week this week, or I'll do something to make it good. I don't know what, but I'll do something. Tell that to your brain. I am talking to your brain. Yeah, when the next dungeon unlocks, the boss drops 2, the third dungeon drops 3, etc. So as the dungeons unlock, it'll be easier to get them as well. Well, easier as in they'll drop more. Something tells me it won't be easy to obtain in the literal sense of it being easy to do. It doesn't listen very well. Yeah, mine doesn't either, Ness. I'm sorry things are rough. I really hope your brain decides to be nicer to you. Oh, that's a good question. Kep wants to know if multiple people go in the dungeon, does everybody get a Pale Essence, or is it just the one? You have to decide who gets it. They're all client side drops. Okay, so yeah, so everybody gets one. That's nice. And that's why you have to do it as you have to do it as a group to go in the first place, as a group. But yeah, that makes sense. That's good to know. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back onto runs tomorrow. Because I wanted to get this house done. And the copper has taken so long. I've seeded it and everything. As long as you do 1% of the boss's health and damage to it, you'll get it without taking it from others. Gotcha. So cause at least 1% damage. That sounds doable, I think. Of course, I have not fought one yet, so I don't know. But yeah, I tried seeding it and everything. It's really weird. So like the big peak, like the big roof that has the most of it, it oxidizes faster. I don't understand why. It oxidizes so much faster. I was literally pulling fully oxidized stairs out of the top, moving them down to the 2 sections below to seed it, taking the ones that weren't anywhere close to being done from the bottom and putting them back up top, and the ones up top would finish oxidizing before it even started spreading around on the bottom ones. It's really weird, but it's finally almost done. It's done enough where me just being in the area now will get it done soon. So now that it's like that, I'm going to start doing dungeon runs again. Was that 7 or 8? I think that was 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that was 7. 3 more rows. And then we get to do the border. I don't know if I'm going to get this done on stream tonight or not, unless I just stream until I'm done. Because on a normal day, when I'm not streaming and talking to chat, and I can just sit here and focus solely on this, it takes about 3 hours to make one of these, start to finish. So with talking with chat and everything, that's obviously gonna make things go slower. So how long have I been up right now? An hour and 20 minutes. That's not bad, actually. Although for an hour and a half, I should be done with this part. Each section takes about half the time. Like the square, the center square takes an hour and a half. The border takes about an hour and a half. Did I chain 2? 1, 2, I did. Okay. At least I think I did. 1, 2. Yes, I did. Okay. Brain wants to second guess itself. These colors right here, they're giving me like 90s Taco Bell vibes. Hey, Runner Mom, welcome, man. How you doing tonight? Too many friends streaming at once. I know. I don't normally stream on Sundays for this very reason, but I wanted to do a crochet stream. So I did a crochet stream. But yeah, that's literally why I don't normally stream on Sundays, because so many people that I know are already streaming. I'm like, I want to watch them. Am I using a pattern? Yes. Who was it again, hun? Hook That Yarn on YouTube is the one that came up with this pattern. Am I actively using the pattern? No, because I have the pattern memorized. I've made a couple of dozen or more of these at this point. So I very much have this pattern memorized. It's called the Granny Pine Bandana / Shawl by Hook That Yarn on YouTube. You don't normally have many peeps streaming right now? Oh, really? Nice. So it's a particularly busy night then. Excellent. Yeah, I mean it's just so easy to run. Like, especially the main center part here. I got a pre-made one here. So like, this is seriously so easy. So like, you start off, you chain 4, you do a double in the first one, and that gives you the chain 3 to start, and then your double, right? And then you chain 2, 2 more doubles, chain 2, 2 more doubles, chain 2, 2 more doubles. So that's this part right here. That's how you start it off. And then it's just a V-stitch, which is 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. And then you're on the corner, so that's where you finally get your first cluster of 3. So 3, chain 2, 3. I know it's blurry because it's focused up here right now. I guess I can lift it. 3, chain 2, 3, and then a V-stitch again. And then a V-stitch again, cluster of 3, and then the corner again, cluster of 3, V-stitch, and it just does that. It's just, on the corners, it's always a V-stitch all the way out. On the point, it's always chain 3, or it's always cluster of 3, chain 2, cluster of 3, and then in between it's just clusters of 3 all the way out. The border is where it gets more interesting. That one makes me think of a pumpkin. Well, that's perfect, Grip, because that's exactly what it was supposed to be. Kep wanted a pumpkin for the fall season, so I made her that one. That's exactly what it was supposed to be, so that's very perfect. Someone else pointed out that it could also be a carrot, which triggered a certain casual variety to pop in and say, I resemble that too, or something like that. I think that's what he said. Andrew Carver Gaming, previously known as Skycotic, is that how you pronounce it? Skycotic Butcher is currently streaming. A very rare stream. I don't know either of those names. So, but nice to see that someone that doesn't normally stream is streaming again. That's nice. I need to pull this back again because my hands want to be back here. More like oh, okay, psychotic. I got you. I got you. Psychotic butcher. These buds with little echo and evil notion. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, see how easy this is? I mean, literally, it's just cluster 3, cluster 3, cluster 3, cluster 3, cluster 3, cluster 3 again, cluster 3 again, but then you just chain 2, and then you just cluster 3 down. And then V-stitches on the corner. The center is quite easy. And repetitive. It's really nice to do this one because, like, you can really, like, just crank it out without having to pay super duper close attention. Because, like, the worst mistake you can the only mistake you can really make, there's only 2 mistakes you can really make with these. Not enough doubles or not enough chains. Puppy, what do you want? You can't come up here right now. There's already dog hair all over this freshly cleaned shirt. I put down a black shirt to have a nice black background. There's already dog hair on it. He ain't even been over here. It's cluster of 3. This is the only other mistake you can make, which I did make a little bit ago. I did not chain 2. I only chained 1. He shouldn't. I just took him out before I started. I literally just took him out before I started. Well, if he has to, he has to. By the way, heads up, the curtain's not hung, so you will be able to be visible. Now, I'm just letting you know. I have a little sheet that I hang behind me, so you can't see that when she gets up. But I didn't hang it. Well, since you were visible, did you want to come say hi? She says hi. That's not what I meant. We're in an ad break anyway, hun.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Hey, Mom. Thanks for lurk. Appreciate you. Something tells me there's a significantly larger portion of people that crochet to this type of music than what we were listening to before. Although, who knows? People crochet to anything. Get your butt down. All got up in this chair like he owns this place. I wish I could crochet as fast as Kep. She is so fast. I just don't have that kind of speed. I'm not the slowest crocheter. I have absolutely seen slower people, but I am not fast by any stretch of the imagination either. This is not my full speed, by the way. but it is not actually too far from it either. And this is the only part that's different. It's the corner, so we do a V-stitch. For those of you guys that haven't been here on a corner before. A V-stitch is just 2 doubles, a chain 2, and then 2 doubles. So it's the same as a corner, except it's only 2 doubles instead of 3. That's the only difference. I believe that was row 8. Let's double check. You don't count when you're counting the rows, you don't count the very edge here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indeed. So 2 more rows. Okay, there's our starting V-stitch. And now again, it's just clusters of 3 all the way around with a chain 2 here on the corner. I'll try to go a little faster. Yeah, like the worst mistake you can really make with this is forgetting to chain 2, which isn't the biggest of deals, honestly. Because even if you forgot the chain 2 here, you would just go between these 4 stitches to do what you have to do anyway. So it's not the biggest of deals. Same thing on the corner. So the biggest mistake you can make is only doing 2 doubles instead of 3. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Which I have made that mistake before. I absolutely have made that mistake before. But it's not the end, even that's not the end of the world. Because, case in point, the corners only have 2. Of course, you're looking specifically for it. But if you weren't, would you notice that there's only 2 here instead of 3? Because at a glance, like if this one only had 2, in fact, I'm only going to do 2 right here, just now. Just to show you how, like, not noticeable it really is. Does this mean more work? Yes. But it's not that much more work, so it's no big deal. That's the worst mistake you could possibly make right there. Only 2 instead of 3. And even that, like, it's not that noticeable. So... oh, I just made a face at me. But, yeah. So, like, it's really... once you know how to do the stitches in the first place, which you should absolutely be doing before you learn how to be following any actual patterns. You need to learn how to do the stitches before you do patterns with the stitches. At least that's my opinion. Sam, welcome, man. How you doing? You're at a wedding, so you can't hang out, but absolutely wanted to pop in for a crochet stream. I appreciate it, Sam. Have fun at the wedding. Eat some cake for me. Have some wedding punch for me. I hope they have wedding punch there. Wedding punch is my favorite thing, where they got all the punch and they put the scoops of sherbet in there. That's some good stuff. But absolutely have some cake and sherbet punch for me. I don't know what it's called. Wedding punch is what I always call it. No punch, but very good cake. Excellent. I appreciate you popping in, Sam. Have an extra piece of cake for me if they'll let you. But hope you have a good time. Hope you've been having a good time, because if you're already eating cake, that sounds like you've been there for a while. Whoop, didn't mean to pull it through all that. By the way, Sam, if you're still here, we're making one of these. You can actually see what we're making. Same exact pattern, just different colors. I should have showed you this when you got here. Carrot themed. Actually, it's pumpkin themed, but it does work for carrots too. Yeah, I made this for Kep last week. She wanted a fall themed bandana, so I made her a pumpkin. But carrots also work. Carrots 100% work. Ooh, I love this song. It's my favorite song off this album. I made her all sorts of these. Like, this is one of the she calls these the scrappy ones, because it's just a bunch of scraps that we had left over that I put together. My arms I've raised again. I have to sing falsetto, and I hate my falsetto voice. Yeah, she does too, Ness. She does too. I made this one for like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Ran out of this yarn, so there's no strings on this one yet. When we went to buy more of this yarn, and they didn't have this color, but they did have a bunch on clearance. So we stocked up a lot. I think we got 16 skeins for like 21 bucks. I love this song so much. I feel like I'll cave in. I'm anxious. I am weathered. I lost my way again. I know there ain't no treasure. My mind breaks with ease. Sticks and stones and dreams. Popcorn and macarons, is that what they're called? And ice cream? Good Lord, woman. Come and show everybody what you got. Here, let's switch to this screen. Here. There we go. Macarons and ice cream. And a big old bowl of popcorn. Is that not a combo? Ness liked your scrappy one, hun. Yeah, she says, I like the scrappy one. I told you she liked it. I made you 2 of those, didn't I? Yeah, there's another one floating around somewhere. I have made so many of these bandanas. I lost count of how many of these I've made. Literally at least 2 dozen, if not more. Oh, come on. I hate when that happens. Thankfully, it doesn't happen all that often. Anybody else do that when they're listening to music? They make the guitar sounds with their mouth. I do that all the time. Is that a me thing, or is that universal? I wouldn't be surprised either direction, honestly. Was that 9 or 10? I think that was 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Probably somewhat universal. Yeah. I kind of figured that, but like I don't know for sure because like I'm not around too many people. Mostly just me and my wife. She just straight up sings, but like I'll sing along when I know the words, and even if I know the words and it's in my range, I guess is the more accurate way to say it. Because not everything I can sing. Like I can't sing like this, so I don't sing these kinds of songs. But absolutely doing the guitar sounds with my mouth, 100%. You don't do it all the time, but you definitely sing instrumental parts when the mood strikes. Yep. Bum 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 bum. I'm trapped under ice. Sometimes there's songs that pop up that makes me have an urge so badly to grab my guitar and just play it. That was one of the ones. I was very much wanting to grab my guitar and play that song. Are there any songs like that coming up, by the way? Yes, actually. Quite a few, actually. You don't trust him to not eat your ice cream. I can't blame you. Real trick is she shouldn't trust me to not eat her ice cream. She's she yelled, heard that. You heard nothing. No, you didn't. You heard nothing. You can't prove it on paper. No, you can't. You can't prove it. Pretty sure you can't. Because I'm pretty sure it's been too long by now to prove it. Maybe she can prove it. What is this song? Oh, it's on one of his weird albums. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this song. Not right now, anyway. Check the battery on my phone. Make sure it's doing all right. It's draining, but not terribly. Okay. It's only down by 5% since the stream started. 5% over 2 hours ain't terrible when it's been literally broadcasting the video feed, so. It's only plugged into the USB on the computer, so it's not like it's getting super high amounts of voltage. If I was to plug it in normal, it would probably charge. So Ness, I know you crochet too. When are you gonna do crochet streams? Or wait, do you knit or crochet? I know you do one or the other. I think you said you crochet too. I don't trust my brain. Even if I'm right, I don't trust it. It's like, is that right though? When you can have a better setup for overhead. Yes, it's really cheap. Honey, how much was this thing? Like 20 bucks? See, as a guitarist, you get guitar parts stuck in your head. Yeah, Crypt, I do too. Yeah, yeah, so like literally this little thing that we got, it was like, I think like 20 bucks, like if that. It's just a boom arm with a little phone clip. That's it. And the app is free that I'm using. You get the app on your phone, you get the app on your computer, and it just links together through Wi-Fi. And then you just go into OBS and add the app as this what's it called? What are these called? Yes, but like it's a specific type of thing. Video capture device. Literally, you just go in and add it as a video capture device, and it pops right up. Like all you need is if you have a phone holder. Like phones have pretty good videos cameras these days. So I mean, it's absolutely affordable and doable. You do both, but mostly crochet. Nice. Well, Kep and I tried to learn knitting. She had better luck with it than I did, but I can't get my hands to do that. Like I need my hand, I need this hand to be able to do this. Not, well, I dropped that. Having to do this too, my hands, no bueno with this. Like, oh, that fell. Holy God. Yeah, I tried very hard, and I couldn't get my hands to do it. See, the one hook is easy. The one hook is easy. What? I didn't hear what you said. Oh. Like, I can do, like, this is easy. I can do this. But, yeah, my left hand is basically useless for most things. I'm surprised I can play guitar, because you need your left hand to play guitar. Like, that's like the one thing my left hand can do is play guitar. Other than that, it's just like I can hold this. You know, I can tension with my finger. But like, other than that, almost done. And then we can finally get to the border. The border is where things change and get interesting. One last stitch. Yay! All right, let me just confirm that there is indeed 10 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! So, never mind my pink rainbow scissors. My wife gave them to me. Well, she's at least letting me use them. Leave a nice long tail. Cut it off. And then to fasten off, chain one and pull it through. And that gives us a nice long end to weave in. I could have left myself a longer starting tail, but it's workable. All right, let's get the next color. Another fresh skein, so we got to go hunting for the tail. Gay, I said let me use. More accurate for word. Oh, look at all the yarn barf. Lots of yarn barf on this one. But found the end. All right. So everybody does this different. I don't know if my way is quote unquote correct or not, quote unquote. But I make a loop. Personally, I make a loop that's got the tail on it. I insert the hook where I normally you would slip stitch to get here, but since you're tying on here, I just pull up the loop. And then I got my nice long tail back here, right? And here I just do my chain 3 like normal. And then you do your double. And this time I'm going around that tail as well. Still going around that tail. It partially, doing it this way partially weaves in that end, just from how you start. That's how I do it, at least with this pattern. So now I got that partially woven in, and I can just go back and forth with it a couple more times to finish that off later. All right, so here's where the pattern changes. The corners are still the same. It's still V-stitches on the corner. It's in between that's different now. Now, this very first row, we chain 3. This particular one's a little splitty. Chain 3. Now we're going to skip 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. We're going to insert on the 4th chain and do a single crochet. And then it's chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1. Insert. Do another single. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. But this time we're going to do a V-stitch. So 1, 2, 3, insert on the 4th. And now we're going to do a V-stitch. And that's the entire bottom row. That's the entire bottom row. It repeats from here. Chain 3, skip 3, single, chain 5, skip 1, single, chain 3, V-stitch. That repeats all the way around till when we end on our V-stitch on the corner. One, two, three, insert. Actually, nope. See, I was about to mess up. 1, 2, 3, insert. This is a single. I was about to do another V-stitch. Single here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1. Single. Chain 3. Skip 3. Now it's a V-stitch. Ah, that's what happened. Okay. There we go. I picked up one extra thread by accident. I was wondering why that was so hard to pull through there. Got it, fixed it though. When the morning comes, I see her light again. That sparkle in her eyes. V-stitch. Chain 3. Skip 3. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1. Single. Chain 3. And then the V-stitch goes right in the corner. It's almost as if that's where it was supposed to go. The only problem with fresh skeins like this, they're a little tight on the center pull. So I like to pre-pull some, so it's a little easier. Three. This one, when you're on the corners like this, you got to be a little tricky because you pull back and there's usually a stitch hiding there. 1, 2, 3. Made that mistake multiple times in the past. V-stitch. Chain 3, skip 3. Cool. Chain 5, skip 1. Whoa. Remember when everyone shit on Creed like they shit on Nickelback nowadays? And now Creed's making a comeback and everybody's happy about it. I find that funny. Like, no, you gave them grief for existing back in the day, and now they're coming back, and all of a sudden you're happy about it. You used to go to sleep to Creed's greatest hits albums forever ago. Now Creed just makes you tired, even though you enjoy most of the music. Yeah, you get used to sleeping to it, then I can imagine that hearing it would make you tired. Yeah, this album is a banger. Like, everybody hears this album and My Sacrifice, and like they're like, oh, that's all they got. I'm like, have you not listened to the rest of this album? This album's a banger, man. Like, people forget, you know, Art Shermani's a monster on guitar. Yeah, you had the Bullets album and then the greatest hits. Nice. But it's like, you don't go on to make Alter Bridge by not being a monster on guitar. I mean, seriously. I mean, plus, just listen to that intro. It was so good. The intro of that song is just so good. All right, this is my least favorite round on the entire project, because this round involves treble crochets, and I really dislike treble crochets. They take forever to do. And they're just annoying in general. Like I said, the corners are always the same until the very, very last row. That's the only time the corners are different. Let me pull out some yarn because we're about to be using a lot of it. Still a little tough to pull out of here right now from tension alone. All right. So what we're doing, we're skipping these chains here entirely, and we're putting 5 trebles into this one. The V-stitches stay V-stitches, so we just keep building V-stitches up here. But we're putting 5 trebles in each of these loops here. And trebles are a pain, because you don't just yarn over once, you yarn over twice. Yarn over twice before you insert. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. It takes so much longer to do them, and I hate them. Not that they're hard, they just take longer, and that's why I hate them. That's 4. And there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we just go straight into a V-stitch here. No chains on this one except at the corner. Back to trebles. Come on. One, two, three, four, 5. Ooh, this is old ginger. Nice. I think this is back when they were still a 5-piece. Two. 3. 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we chain 3 here at the corner before we do our V-stitch. Then we chain 3 again. Keep it symmetrical. Then we go into our triples. Come on. Here we go. Two. 3. 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Ugh. That gets cramps looking down like this. Also, my view is abnormally obstructed. I'm looking between my microphone and the camera, which is also like literally right here. I'm touching it. So I'm just looking at a gap like this big. It's enough. I mean, I literally just need to see my hands, but still. I like newer ginger better, honestly. King of everything and newer is the ginger I like. By the way, how do you like this stark contrast in my playlist? Just got through listening to Ginger, and now we have Bare Naked Ladies. One of their softer songs from an already softer band. That's hilarious. I love my playlist. It's so funny. One, two, three, four, five. Excellent. Last trouble, thank God. Yay! One, two, three, four, five. Cool. Fantastic. No more troubles today. You know that Star Trek episode, Trouble with Tribbles? Well, this is Trouble with Trebles. Not trouble, just annoyance. And only because they take so damn long to do. I mean, you watch me do them. You know how long they take. My God, this song's way too quiet. That one. Oh, this is a great song. Such a good song. All right. We're back to chaining. But so now we're going to chain 3 and single crochet into 4 of these. So chain 3, single, chain 3, single, chain 3, single, chain 3, single, chain 3, V stitch. Rinse and repeat all the way around until we get to the corner, and then it's chain 5. Chain 3, 1, chain 3, 2, chain 3, 3, chain 3, 4, chain 3, V stitch. And like I said, it's that way all the way around except at the corners where it's chain 5. This is another one of those songs where I have this strong urge to grab my guitar and play along. Boom, 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 boom. Should be 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2. My chain came out. There's 3. Come on. I hate when that happens. The hook just slips right out. It drives me nuts. Three. Single. Two. Oop, 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 oop. Missed a spot. Missed a spot. I went through the yarn instead of all the way through the hook. Through I don't know if you can see this. Well, I went through the yarn like this instead of underneath the stitches like that. I made a boo-boo. Camera still lined up okay? I think it is. Hope so, anyway. If not, sorry. I'm very much in focus mode, laser focus mode right now. I keep looking up at chat to see if anything new's come in. Other than that, I'm just laser focused right now. Oh, come on. That's done that twice now. That's annoying. There we go. Bad enough when it does it once, much less 3 times in a row. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is actually chain 5. That's 3, 4, 5. We chained 5 here. I love this part of the song. Hey Crypt, if you're still listening, bud, what kind of effect do you call this? Where it sounds like it's like an old timey coming out of like an old radio kind of sound. Because it's not just a clean, I mean, it is a clean guitar, but it's not just a clean guitar. It's got an effect on it to make it sound like that. Chain 5. Yeah. That's a chorus with a tape echo, it sounds like. Gotcha. Yeah, see, I don't know much about effects or anything like that. I love that sound. I really like how it sounds. Rewind it. I love that part of the song. Turn it up a little for myself, actually. Part right here. Chorus with a tape effect, you say, or a tape echo. So good. So good. My hand's still centered for the most part. All this I cannot bear witness any longer. Cannot the kingdom of salvation take me home? Do, do, do. Whoa. No, 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 no. All right. Next layer is almost the same thing, except we're just singling into these and doing the chains between. Other than that, it's the same. It's so weird it not being Dyer's Eve right now. It's so weird it not being Dyer's Eve right now. About as far from Dyer's Eve as you can get musically, I think. Not literally, but like, I mean, this is at least still rock. But still. Okay, we are skipping all of these and just singling into here. Training 3 again. You say something, hon? Oh, thought I heard you say something. That's what we're doing all the way around. And when we get to the corner down here, instead of being 5 this time, it's going to be 6. Other than that, that's the only difference. Gary, welcome in. How you doing? Also, you didn't know I crochet. Yep, I do indeed make a crochet thing from now and again. Mostly these days. Gives me something to do, and it gives my wife something to wear on her head. She loves wearing these things. And we also sell them. I got a comment pinned, although yeah, I check if you're interested, no pressure. If you're interested in owning one of these, I guess I can show you what they look like. This is a scrappy one that I made for Kep. It was just made out of all the different yarns that we had scraps of. I just used them up. But this is what we're making. And then your more traditional ones where, you know, you got solid color and, you know, it's all one yarn for each piece. They're fully customizable, so you can make it all one color. You can make this whatever color you want. You can make this whatever color you want. You can make this one solid and this one striped, or this one striped and this one solid. You can make them both. You can do it without the border. You can do it multiple colors, whatever you wanted. Fully customizable. And if there's a promo code on there too, where you can get viewers of my channel get 50% off bandana purchases. So no pressure. Even just looking at the page and liking it and sharing it will help, because Etsy is one of those ones where the more people see it, the more they're willing to show it to even more people. So even just looking at it, liking and sharing will go a long way. Jerry, I hope you're having a good one. Okay, we're at the corner, so I actually need to do 6. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Appreciate you swinging in. My hands are still centered once since I moved. All right, it's chain 6 again. Oh, Jared, thanks for favoriting our shop. Appreciate it. That seriously does help. That really does help because Etsy's like, oh, people like this place. Maybe we should share it with other people. That's all. That's what Etsy's all about. So getting eyes on it is like very, very helpful. We appreciate it. I was about to say I, but we both do because it's Kep and me. It's Kep and I's shop. Both. We both have it. Mostly hers. I help. Why am I doing a double? That doesn't need to be a double. It needs to be a single. My brain's wanting to get streamer brain all of a sudden. The beanie butts. What does the beans with beanless mean? Uh ah. Okay, so the ones that say beans has literal edible beans inside it, and the beanless ones is something else. She said that's what she had to stuff it with. Yeah, everybody likes the butt frogs too. They're fun to make. I've made one. I just haven't put the face on it yet. So, bean or not to bean? That is the purchasing question. Well, I can't help you with that one because that sounds like a preference. Do they weigh the same, hun, or the beans ones are a little heavier? Nice. Let's show that off. So Kep's been embroidering. Let's just sit it up here. I'll probably have a better view. Kep's been embroidering. That's really good, honey. She's just doing that. She's taught herself how to do this. She ain't been watching a tutorial or nothing. She's just been doing it. That's really good, honey. Is this a bean one? Oh, I can feel it. Okay, okay. So Jerry, here, let me switch to this screen really quick. So Jerry, here's the butt frog. Now that I have it in my hands, I can feel it. Most of it is stuffed normal with polyfill. The butt has literal beans in just the butt. It's hilarious. I would go beans. I would go beans. If you're on the fence, go beans. Because the butt has beans in it. The rest of it's just polyfill. Butt frog, best frog. 100%, Crip. 100%. You just don't get it wet because they are real beans. Real beans. So make sure to keep it clean. Like just wipe it off with like a towel or something. See what, honey? She said one day she'll get poly pellets and put those in instead. All right, let's switch back to this screen before I forget to do that because I almost did. I love Amy's voice so much. She's such a good singer. Yeah, she said that's why she offers beanless in case you don't want to deal with the bean one where you have to like not be able to wash it. So that's the real question. Oh, come on. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? That's mean. All right, now we're chaining 5. Wait, are we? Let me check another one. My brain's wanting to not let me think. So we are, let's see. There's the trebles. We got row 1. Yep, chain 5, single, chain 5, single, chain 5. Yep, we're at chain 5s. I should trust my brain more often. It's not always wrong. The problem is it's wrong often enough where I don't trust it. Chain 5. Single. Chain 5. Single. Chain 5. V-stitch. Well, at my current pace, I think it's going to be about a 3.5 hour stream. And then therefore a 3.5 hour completion time, which all things considered is not terrible because it's normally 3 hours. So the fact that I'm only a half hour slower while being distracted with streamer brain and keeping up with chat and stopping to show you what's happening instead of just doing it. You know, all of those things considered, to only be a half hour slower is actually pretty good. I was fully expecting it to take an extra hour. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, we're at the corner. It needs to be 8. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Then V stitch. You think you like embroidery enough to want an organizer for the threads? Nice. Yeah, honey, what you've done looks really, really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. Hate when that happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It happens so quick I can't always tell if the hook just slipped out or if it also pulled out one of the stitches. Because it can happen. Can and has happened. Yet another song I want to play guitar to. Coming into the home stretch, guys. Problem is, the home stretch is brutal. Lots of clusters. Lots of clusters. And picots. All right, final row. Wolf's back. Welcome back, Wolf. How you doing? We're just starting the final row. Nope. That's not 4. It's 3. 3. So this is where things change for the first time. Doing all right, working through some of your fanfic projects. Nice. So this is where things change finally for the corners. Instead of a V-stitch, it's now going to be a cluster. So instead of just one double to start, we do 2 doubles to start. Now we're going to chain 4. Now we're going to slip stitch back into this very first one. And that makes a little picot, and then we do another cluster. So it's 3 doubles. What fanfics? Like what are you fanficking? I guess is the way to ask that question. Okay, now we do a single around this one. Now we do same thing we did over here. 3 doubles, a picot, and 3 doubles. BG3, 3 during and post. BG3. Baldur's Gate 3? Is that what BG3 is? Baldur's Gate 3. Gotcha. Very nice. I've always liked the idea of fanficking, but I've never been a creative enough person to come up with anything that someone else hasn't already done. That's okay. Everyone makes different cakes with similar / same ingredients. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like, literally, like, any idea that I would have had, like, someone else has already done it. Like that South Park episode. Simpsons did it. Because that's half of what I watch on YouTube is Star Wars fanfic or Dragon Ball fanfic or something like that. You've got a few ideas people have done to bits, but you've added your own twist to it. Nice. Yeah, see, the thing is, my brain, like, I really wish I could describe, I wish I could explain more thoroughly, like, how not creative my brain is. Like, it's not even creative enough to explain how not creative it is. Like, people always say, oh, you're more creative than you think you are. I'm like, I'm really not. Like, I really don't have the words to convey how much I am not. Jeff has world edit monstrosities that blow your mind. Oh wait, it's all good, Metal. We all do different things. Mine is not Minecraft. I would very much disagree with you on that one. Mine is not Minecraft. That's another thing. See, like I keep saying I'm not a builder, and everybody keeps saying you can build. I'm like, I can do a version of building. I'm not saying that what I do isn't technically building, but it's not creative building. And therein lies the key difference. The creativity part is missing from what I do, which is my entire point. My brain is just not creative. And with Minecraft and with crochet, it ain't no different. I'm following someone else's pattern right now because I'm not good enough to write my own. And half the time I can't even decide what to crochet. So that's why I end up crocheting bandanas. It's like, well, I guess I could just make another bandana. Keppel worm. You piecemeal people's builds they do tutorials on. Yeah, but see, you're creative enough that you can piece them together. I can't do that. It's all or nothing with me. It's either exactly as it's built or it's not happening. Like how these people, like any of the hermits or like the people on Halcyon Heights, like how they just come up with like their base ideas. Like that blows my mind. Like you could just come up with an idea for what you want to do and then make it happen. How do you do that? Like I can't do that. Like even if you're taking inspiration from something, like I don't even know how they do that. Like I can look at stuff, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like how do I, like nothing ever hits me hard enough. Like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I want to build that in Minecraft. And anything that is that cool is often out of even my ability to replicate. You look at beat ups and go, sir, leave some time for us. Seriously, I have said this multiple times and I mean it. I would pay large sums of real life money if I could matrix B-dubs, Scar, and even Lammy's skill and talent for building into my brain. I would pay real life money to have that magic into my brain. You know Scar and B-dubs, you don't know Lammy? Oh, you don't know Lammy. Well, Lammy isn't like a massive YouTuber like Scar and B-dubs. She's a friend of the Griffin's community. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's Griffin's best friend. They have a Skyblock world together, and Griffin always says if it looks industrial, I probably built it. If it's pretty and beautiful, then Lammy probably built it. And Lammy is indeed very friend-shaped. That's a great way to say it. You're wearing your Lammy Pie t-shirt right now? Nice. You know Mankey too. Mankey builds mad stuff too? Yep. Yeah, Lammy is crazy good. I am fortunate enough to own a piece of Lammy built structure in the park on Casual Prime. She was very kind and built the visitor center in the park for me. I was in her stream one day and I was just joking around. I typed, I wish I could talk. Yes, talk you into building the visitor center for me. And she was just like, okay, I'll do that. I was like, I didn't expect to get this far. What? So now I have a piece of Lammy build in the park, and it's really awesome. Back, let's do a thing here. Lammy has been on an extended hiatus here lately from streaming and stuff, but I can't recommend Lammy enough. Like, Lammy is amazing. Like, full stop. Lammy's great. Well, this song, this is off the deluxe version. I haven't heard this one before. Or if I have, it's only been once. Yeah, it's a song. I think this is only the second time I've heard this song. I think it does strike a bell to me now. I've only heard it once the day I got it. It was the deluxe version of this album. Lemon says Nessa, wow, good lord, streamer brains in full effect. Nessa says, Lammy is delightful on so many levels with the most soothing. Oh my god, yes, Ness. I keep begging Lammy to do audiobooks. I would pay money for an audiobook read by Lammy. 100%. I am not even joking. He was gonna check out the VOD, but they have none. You might check their YouTube. I don't know if they put their VODs on YouTube or not. But like, seriously, like, you will not be disappointed with Lammy at all. Like, it's not possible. You messed it up. Rip. She did a border, she didn't like it. She tried to thread rip it out, and she accidentally thread ripped some things that were not supposed to be thread ripped. That sucks. Is it terrible? Like, you can repair it? Well, that's good. It's been warm in here. I'm gonna turn the temp down a little bit. Turn the temperature down a couple notches. It's a little warm in here. It was warm here today, like in general. We finally reached what we call here second summer. I don't know if any of you guys Crypt, you probably have this. You're not too far away from us. You probably have the same thing. We were in what we call around here false fall. And now false fall has ended and we are approaching second summer. Because it was in the 90s yesterday and today. After being in the 70s at most the last 3 weeks. The false fall has ended and second summer is here. We are almost done with this thing, guys. This is it. That's all that's left. Am I really only at 3 hours? Really? And I'm faster than I thought I was. Because I've been doing lots of breaks. I've been going slow. Well, breaks is the wrong word. I've been pausing to talk to chat and showing off other things, but like still, I just must be faster than I think I am. I thought this was a 3 hour project for me on a normal basis without distractions. So I was fully expecting this to take 4 hours tonight. But for it to actually only take the 3, holy smokes. I thought I was going to be a half hour behind when I finished the last row. But here I am, almost done. You wish you could do crochet, but your hands are too messed up, especially your right hand. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Sorry you can't do it, Wolf. Is your left hand, can you grip like this with your left hand? Or even like this, because some people pencil grip. This is a pencil grip. I can't pencil grip and crochet. I just can't. This is the knife grip. I'm a knife gripper. But if you can grip with your left hand like this, and you can do this shape with your right hand, basically, I can do this and just mirror it. So now, pretend these are your own hands, right? If you can grip like this with your hands, then you can crochet. It just takes some getting used to with your hands. It takes practice, even with healthy hands. It takes practice to get used to, Wolf. Your right hand dominant. I understand. I understand. Now I'm all curious. I mean, I can't literally do it now because I started right-handed. I wonder. So reverse this. So we yarn over. It's backwards for me. It's for sure. It would take some getting used to.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
It would take some getting used to, for sure. But yeah, being righty. Basil, thanks for that lurk. Appreciate you. And your left is starting to show signs from the compensating you've been doing for 6 years. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Wolf. I have seen some people crochet with their fingers. Like they don't even use a hook. Of course, I don't know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. You know, only you know that. But I have seen people crochet with just their fingers. They even make yarn specifically for that. It's got real big loops on it. That's for what? That yarn's for knitting? The one with the loops? Really? I thought it was for finger crochet. Oh, it's finger knitting. I gotcha. Do what, hon? Yeah, you. It's already got loops on it, so you literally just pull the loops through each other. You got ulnar and radial nerve damage. When they did the test, the doctor was halfway through and asked him if he had started yet, and he was like, "You're not feeling anything?" "Nope, doc. Nope." Rip. Where does Fonzie like to go for lunch? Chick-fil-A. Pyro, welcome in. How you doing? And carpal tunnel. And subnerves in your thumb. Or that, or... Eunice, welcome in. Everybody's popping in. I love it. But yeah, Wolf, that really, really sucks. It's been over the last year creeping up your bicep. Yikes. Do what, hon? I think so. If not, I'm gonna make one. I think I have one though. Yeah, I got one. But Eunice and Pyro, how are you guys doing today? We are just about to finish this puppy up, actually. I got 3 more doubles to make, and that's it. I actually got done in record time, I think, actually. All things considered, because I've been stopping to talk to chat, I've been stopping to show other things off, and I'm still right at 3 hours and 5 minutes, because the first 10 minutes of stream were just the lead in. Yeah, the first 10 minutes, I mean. The first 10 minutes are just the lead in. So 3 hours and 5 minutes. And that's with stopping. I think I probably would have got this done in 2.5 hours if I hadn't stopped and was just going full steam. That's like record time for me, hon. And you got a shattered, sunk knuckles in both hands from punching concrete instead of coworkers, and hand slips working on your car. Yikes. Yeah, I absolutely feel punching things other than people. I broke this knuckle once. Broke it clean in half this way, and this half got broken half this way. And I would just screw around with it. I'd press it, those 2 bones would spread apart, and then I'd squeeze them back together, and I'd just press it and squeeze it, press it and squeeze it. It was a little fidget. I guess I could show it better on here. It was broke this way, and then this half was broken this way. Press, squeeze, press, squeeze, press, squeeze. It was a little fidget. It was lovely. The forbidden fidget. Broken bones, the fidget of nightmares. We're good. Got enough rain to put out some of the fires close to us, so you're doing good. Good. I'm glad some of the fires have gone out. We got some rain too that we desperately needed, because they've been talking for like a week and a half how we're going into an expanded drought. So we've gotten some rain, which is definitely helping the drought. All right, well, with this, we're all done. There it is. There it is. I just got to weave the ends in. Your pointer knuckle on your right hand, half of it is where it should be. The other half is about a 1/20th of an inch below where it should be. Yikes. And is completely sunk. Yeah. That's what mine... I don't know if you can see the difference. You see how this one's rounded and this one's kind of sloped? That's probably why. I'm making my wife very uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't put the strings on. I'm not that great because it's a special way of doing the things, and Kep's way better at that. So she puts the strings on for me. I will weave the ends in off stream. Well, I guess I could do it now. We're still here talking. I'll do it now. Why not? Kep is squirming so hard. GG on the bandana. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's just weave in these ends now because why not? We're still here talking. So let's keep talking. I don't know if I do this the correct way or not. I just do this my own little way. It seems to have worked so far because I've made like however 25 plus of these things. The middle knuckle is just floating, looking like Quasimodo. Well, that's a look. Quasimodo. Oddly specific. Oddly specific, but I'm assuming you use that oddly specific reference on purpose. So I didn't go through far enough. Whoops. Needs to go all the way through. I was gonna do a different thing, but I did it wrong because I was distracted by the song. Other two. Oh wait, Nessa. I missed Nessa's. Almost missed Nessa's. That reminds me, you still have a blanket you finished several months ago that you still haven't weaved in the ends. Literally just a bit out of your reach from where you're sitting. Well, Nessa, this is your sign to get the blanket and weave in the ends while you're sitting here thinking about it. And then it'll be done. And then you'll have a finished blanket that you can use very soon when fall sets in. That's not going to happen. I mean, think of the sense of accomplishment you'll have from finishing it. Not only that, actually finishing a work in progress. I mean, that's like unheard of in the crochet world, right? Who finishes projects? We just start another one, right? Trying to keep this loop out here. So when I go back in from this side, I'm not good at weaving in ends. I'm really not. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to go around. I wanted that loop to go around the needle. So when I pull this through, it cinches down on that yarn. And now we just go dip. Ta-da. It made a little bit of a lump here because it's all tight. So I like to do, I get you guys to see this, take my needle and I just kind of try to spread out the stitches again because the weaving in through it kind of pulls them tight. And there we go. That's one done. The other two are just sunk and neither have any sort of really bone that can be felt. Your left isn't as bad, but your right hand dominant. Yep. Also, be right back. Foods. Nice. Eat something good for me, Wolf. I'm getting hungry again. I had delicious pasta salad, but I'm getting hungry again. That would require you to figure out where your needles are for weaving in the ends, and you do not have that energy to look. I have an extra needle for you, Ness. You just have to come get it. I'd bring it to you, but I'm streaming. Have an extra one. I'm so not funny. Sure, you'll be there in X hours. Fantastic. Oh, Eunice, are you still here? I have some sad news. Eunice, if you're still here, I got some sad news. I was very bummed when I heard this news. Don't really need to do too much with this one because it was already, it wove itself in as I did the stitches. That's why I did the stitches like I did. Okay, I want to leave this loop here. Gonna be snug. Can I get it to turn? Can I get it to turn? Barely. But yes. There we go. All right. Next one's done. Same thing with this one. Just kind of spread these stitches around just to get that lump out of there. I don't know how well you guys can see all this because I think my hands are going to be blocking most of it. I've been watching my hands, not the camera, so I don't know what you guys can see and what you can't. Try to make sure this one's visible. So there's not really much place up here to hide them, so I like to bring it down and then hide it down here. So I just kind of tuck it through like this. And then I go through around here like this. You can really hide them in here like that. Nope, 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 not on there. There we go. Okay, we'll hang on to this in here. Turn it around. Let's skip this. Let's make sure this goes through the loop like this. So then when I pull this down, this loop will cinch down on the end like that. And then we just give it the old snip. Just kind of straighten this out a little bit, thin it out a little bit because it's a lump, so it's not as big of a lump. All right, this one's going to be a little tricky because I didn't give myself much of a tail to work with here. So I'll have to be a little careful how I do this one. Okay, welcome back, Wolf. What you got for food? Hope you got something tasty. All right, so with this one, I just go around a little loop here. Baked potato with Mexican shredded cheese. Nice. That sounds really good, actually. That sounds quite good. There's the first half of the circle. Go around the second half of the circle. Excuse me. Really hate when it comes out of the needle like that. Drives me nuts. I'm gonna trim this end. So that should stop it from spreading. I just have to knot it off now. I'm not gonna knot it off up here. I'm gonna knot it off up here somewhere. If I can get the needle to go through here, that would be lovely. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna knot it off right here. Put it through here. We'll keep the loop. Keep the loop as much as we can anyway. In fact, I'm going to stick this needle through it to hold it there. Now you want a baked potato. I do too, hon. If it wasn't 11 o'clock at night, I'd say let's make some. I know, we even have cheese and bacon for it. Alright, so now I just have to go around this post. Through here. I can take this needle out now. And then when I cinch it down, it should be locked in. And there we have it. The only thing that's missing is the strings, and Kep puts the strings on because she's better at that than I am. But there we go. Can I zoom out anymore? No. Have to literally lift. There we go. Ta-da! 3 hours and 5 minutes. I don't think this timer's right. How long have I been live? 3.5? Yeah, this timer on here is wrong. It's saying 3 hours and 15. No. I don't know. But, yeah. I like it. Honey, I hope you like it too. You pick the colors, so if you don't, it's your own fault. You realize, she said she realized she made it really similar to another one that she already likes. That she already has that she likes. Yeah. Do what, hon? It's the only, she said it's the only other one that's actually in the Etsy shop. But, well, good news. That means you get to keep one. Oh, she said the one in the Etsy shop's more green than blue. Yeah. I don't have an ability. I don't have the thing added on here to do that. Yes, but I can't pull it up on stream. Oh, yeah. What is it with streams and making people crave baked potatoes? I don't know. But you was making me want one the other day, Crypt. He's like, I'll be back with some patates. And I'm like, no, I want some patates. And ads. Rip. Sorry about the ads. He was making you want one, and then your power went out. Rip. Nothing worse than wanting something and you can't do it because you don't have power. That really sucks. Sorry about the ads. I'm really sorry about the ads, guys. I'll wait for the ads to end. But that's all I got. Because I yeah. Yeah, normally I would, but I very rarely get to raid into Griffin. So I'm gonna raid into Griffin because I never get to raid into Griffin because I never stream on the weekends. I never stream on the weekends. This is an extremely rare Sunday stream. So yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of the ability to raid into Griffin by raiding into Griffin. Because as much as I would like to raid into Ray because of her birthday stream, I can raid into Ray on one of my normal stream times, probably, because Ray streams throughout the week. Same with Carrot. Carrot streams throughout the week as well. But Griffin only streams on the weekends, so I gotta take advantage. My channel wouldn't be where it is right now without Griffin. Literally. I really don't think I would have ever made affiliate if it wasn't for Griffin helping me with shout outs and whatnot. Plus the community, like most of the people here know Griffin in some form or another. So, like, literally without Griffin, I would not have the channel that I have. Do I have my phone up here with me? It's literally what's filming right now. So yes, I do have my phone up here with me. What you need? Oh. Put it in Discord. You always raid him at least once every weekend, though not this week because no streams. Yeah. All this tastiness full of iron and it's still not gonna get absorbed. Rip. Griffin usually is who you raid on weekends. Yeah. If I streamed on weekends, I would absolutely raid Griffin more often. But I just never do. I think this is literally my first time streaming on a weekend in like years, plural. So yeah, I gotta take advantage. As much as I would love to raid in for someone for their birthday stream. I know. I know. Your iron when you first got tested was 8. It's supposed to be 100. Holy God, that's really low. So your body just doesn't absorb iron, or not as well, at least. Doesn't absorb it at all. Yikes. Which I imagine is a massive problem because I know you need iron. I don't know what you need it for, but I know you need it. That really sucks. Red blood cells which carry oxygen. Oh, so, you know, nothing important. Nothing that you need to live. Oh, man, that really sucks. Man. Is there treatments for that they can do at all? Short of just giving you blood transfusions? I imagine that would probably be the only thing they can do, right? They don't work? Rip. That really sucks, Wolf. And blood won't work. You have major absorption issues. That really sucks, man. That really, really sucks. Well, Who knows? Maybe they'll find some treatment in the future. You never know. Science is always advancing stuff. I mean, just look, like back in the 80s, you know, HIV was a death sentence. And now there's medications for it. Like you can go, it literally makes it so you can't even tell that you have it anymore. Like it's literally, you're literally undetectable is what they call it. Because like the amount of virus that's left is like so small, like it's might as well not even be there. We're getting closer and closer to getting rid of cancers. I keep seeing this thing where they're finding out that bee venom can pretty much eradicate breast cancer. Yeah, you had an entire summer where you ate like ribeyes and sirloin steaks and such, and your iron went up 4 points and then dropped back. Rip. Sounds like a tasty summer at least. Sounds like a tasty summer at least. What is this emote? Why won't it tell me what it is? T-Bub's Rockstar. Oh, it's yarn going through a needle, it looks like. Nice. Lots of corn steak, strawberries, and fruit too. Oh man, that all sounds, man, you're making me hungry. That's just mean. It's 11 o'clock at night for me, man. I can't be eating food. I mean, I can, but I shouldn't be eating food this late. I know I asked. It's my fault. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen here. Because I'm out of stuff to stream for the night. Because that's all I had. The bed may or may not be covered in threads. Interesting. All right, well, like I said, we're going to be raiding over to Michel Griffon. So let's get this raid rolling first. /raid Griffin. If I could type, that would be great. Prime. We're going to be raiding into Griffin. If you guys have my emotes, grab that first raid call. If you don't have my emotes, grab the second. And let's go say hi to Griffin. Let's go say howdy ho to Griffin. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight while I made my bandana. And I know the message is still pinned there, but I'm going to fire this one off one more time. If you guys are so inclined and would like a bandana, just like the one I made tonight, except fully customized, no less. Fully customized. You pick the colors, you pick if you want the border or not. And fully customized. Check out our Etsy shop. No pressure at all. Just looking at the shop, liking the shop, sharing the shop, just getting eyeballs on it alone is very helpful. Because the more people see it, the more Etsy's like, hey, people are liking this. Let's show more people. So even if you don't buy anything, just looking at it is greatly appreciated. But if you do want to buy the bandana, make sure you use that promo code exclusive to people that watch my channel. It gets you half off the bandanas. But now, Ness, thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, everybody. Like, literally everybody. Like, it's a long list of people. Raid's firing off. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. By the way, Eunice, I have bad news for you at some point. I'll tell you